So here's a real question I asked myself when I started investing in Dubai. Should I go for 1-bedroom or a 2-bedroom apartment for Airbnb? I tested both, I still own both, and today I'm going to break down the real numbers, the guest behavior, and what kind of unit gives you the best ROI here in Dubai. This is not theory, it's straight from my own experience running multiple units. And the one that looks better on paper is not always the one that gives you the best returns. So let's dive into it. Let's start with the competition. There are way more 1-bedroom apartments available in Dubai on Airbnb than 2-bedrooms. People often say that 1-bedrooms have to compete with hotels and that makes them harder to rent. But I don't totally agree. Here's why. Most guests who choose an Airbnb over a hotel do it for two big reasons. One, they want a kitchen, it's cheaper, healthier, and just more convenient than eating out for every meal. And second, a 1-bedroom apartment can host up to 4 people. A lot of 1-bedroom units have a sofa bed in the living room, and if the space is well designed, it works. So even though the competition is higher with a 1-bedroom, you also have a much bigger customer base. When you go with the 1-bedroom, you attract the most common Airbnb guests, the solo travelers, couples, or small families traveling on a budget. With a 2-bedroom, your guest profile changes. We started noticing a pattern. Most of our 2-bedroom bookings were from large families, especially from neighboring GCC countries. Think 5 to 6 people, 2 parents, 3 kids, and sometimes even a nanny. Once we realized that, we started adapting our space. We made it kid-friendly, removed the breakable decorations, added board games and video games, we bought a bigger dining table. It made a huge difference in reviews and repeat bookings. Now the money part. Our 1-bedroom rents more easily, that's true. But because the competition is high, we can't charge a premium rate. With the 2-bedroom, even though the occupancy is a bit harder to keep above 90%, we get better revenue overall. We charge a base price for the 4 guests, and then for guests 5 and 6, we add a small fee, 10 to 20 dirham per night per extra person. And the cost to host 6 people versus 4 is maybe 50 dirham for the cleaning company for the additional linen in the sofa bed and a little bump in the dewa. But the extra revenue adds up months after month. Also, the 2-bedroom guests tend to stay longer. Our average stay for a 1-bedroom is 2.7 nights and for the 2-bedroom is 4.1 nights. So we have fewer turnover, which is equal to less cleaning, equal to fewer check-ins and check-out, equal to fewer problems. In my Airbnb unit in Bloom Tower, I set up the master bedroom with a king bed and a nice sitting area. This usually works well, but recently I met another owner in the same building who was suggesting that I remove the sitting area and add another king or queen bed. This way, I could sleep 8 people in this apartment, which would again increase the revenue. I did not yet have the chance to implement this, but hey, it's not a bad idea, I think. And by the way, if you are finding this interesting so far, hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel. One mistake I see with 1-bedrooms, people furnish them like hotel rooms. Basic bed, table, and that's it. But Airbnb guests want experience. You want your 1-bedroom to perform, treat it like a mini 2-bedroom. The most important thing to do is to put a quality sofa bed. That way you can host up to 4 people and not 2. Then you should upgrade the kitchen and make sure that you have blackout curtains even in the living room. You should also put 2 TVs because you are not competing on the price, you are competing on the vibe. Also to note that not every 2-bedroom is a good deal. If the 2nd bedroom is tiny or the layout is weird, if there is only 1 bathroom, that's a big problem. We looked at some buildings where the 2 bedrooms were just poorly designed and they are tough to rent. Before you buy, study the floor plan. Make sure that even in the 2nd bedroom, you have enough space to put 2 single beds, 1 nightstand, and at least 1 wardrobe. You have to think like a guest. Would you like to stay in this place for 5 nights with your own family? What about the 3 bedrooms? I have not tested 3 bedroom personally yet, but I've been studying the listing and occupancy and I think that there is a serious gap in the market here. So it might be my next move. So what's the better choice? For us, we lean towards 2 bedrooms. Yes, they cost a bit more, but the returns have been better, the guests stay longer, and the reviews have been amazing. If you are serious about doing this right, I made another video breaking down exactly how much it costs to fully set up an Airbnb in Dubai. Go watch that video next, it will save you a lot of time and mistakes. And hey, if you found this helpful, hit the like button, maybe subscribe. I would love to hear your experience. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.